Congratulations on your decision to mediate. You're already in a step in the right direction. We're going to go over a couple things first, and I first wanted to thank you both on submitting the appraisals and the values and the estimates that you did. They're definitely going to be helpful in our endeavor that we're about to ensue. First I wanted to give you guys a little generalization of mediation and what it is pretty much. I mean, a lot of people are unfamiliar with the process, so we'll just go over a few things quickly. It's pretty much an assisted negotiation, so I'm going to be a neutral person between the two of you to hopefully bring you in the middle and bring you to a point where we can move forward and make a common goal or plan for the future. Why mediation, a lot of people ask, is it's cost effective, it's time effective. You don't have to worry about all the fees for the courts. A lot of people find it easier because we are able to make a more creative solution in the end. We don't have to worry about court fees or court rules or procedures, and it's a bit more informal here. So a lot of this is going to be about you guys coming to a solution, and I'm just going to be facilitating that discussion. The process that we're going to start off with is pretty much, again, going over the housekeeping rules and the contract to mediate and all of that, and then afterwards I'm going to ask you both to sign a contract to mediate, and that's only if you guys both think that this is going to be worthwhile. Mediation, the most important aspect of it is that it is voluntary. So the only way this process is going to work is if you guys are willing to be part of the process and make it effective. And then we're going to go through the rules, and pretty much afterwards we're going to have a period of uninterrupted time. And in that portion of mediation, you guys are both going to have 5 minutes to tell your side of the story. And at that point, any issues you have, anything you really want to come out of this, and then after that, we're going to recap quickly of what you both shared. And then afterwards, if I find it helpful, we might break off into a caucus. And a caucus is pretty much me meeting privately with each of you separately. The other will go into another room, and we'll discuss any issues you think might be helpful or anything you can't really bring to the mediation table or you think might be contested or anything like that you can bring up in our caucus meeting. And at that point, anything you say is confidential, just between the two of us, unless you give me permission to bring that forward to the other party. But if you don't, then I can't say anything. But if I find something would be helpful to move the process along, I will ask you, do you think it's okay for me to bring it up to the other person? And if so, then we'll move forward that way. After the caucus, we meet. We're going to put up a couple issues and things that we want to tackle, and we'll go one by one and pretty much see how we can generate a problem-solving solution for it. So pretty much it's going to be option generating, pretty much is what we consider it, and at that point, any ways that we could possibly find an outcome between the two of you, we will move forward and try to generate options and outcomes for those issues. Again, I want to remind you that the mediation process is confidential, so you're encouraged to be honest and candid, and that is a big principle about mediation. It's important for it, and if you are comfortable bringing your feelings and your problems and issues to the table, then we can work on a solution that will hopefully be more steadfast in the future. So again, please be honest and candid, and afterwards we would like you not to share this information with others. And actually in the contract or the agreement afterwards, there will be a note of confidentiality, and if you do not abide by that, there will be a penalty for the party. And in addition to confidentiality, I cannot be called to testify in court. In the event that I'm called, I can't, because I'm a mediator, and anything that is said here is going to remain confidential. But again, most importantly, mediation is voluntary, and your participation is most important in that. And if you don't see that this mediation will be helpful, we might as well stop now. I can't force you to be part of mediation. We need to be here willingly and in an effort to move forward and come to an agreement in the future. Do I have that willingness for both of you here today?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Again, uninterrupted time and the other party has something to make note of or to say, just please write it down in the paper that I provided you with. You can make notes, you can do whatever you want, and then you bring it up when it's your turn to talk. I'd like for everyone to be civilized as possible, please. No swearing, no name calling, and especially during the uninterrupted time, it's important that you both hold your thoughts to yourself until it's your turn. And if at any point I see things are getting a little hectic or out of control, I'm going to raise my hand. I know it sounds a little foolish, but I need to have control during this situation and mediation throughout entirety, or else we're not going to be able to come to an agreement and have a productive meeting. So again, if you see my hand go up like this, just please be quiet and let me finish either talking or ask a question or whatever it might be, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty, and then a cancellation policy, you have to call 24 hours in advance to my phone number, which is in the agreement that I will be handing out to you afterwards. And if not, you will be subject to a $200 penalty for the party who cancels the appointment. And again, confidentiality, we do not want this content being shared with others, and let's just abide by that, please.
Okay.
Speaking of fees, actually, I charge a $500 fee per session, and each session is 4 hours long. And generally, I mean, we've had mediations go longer than 4 sessions, but for the most part, most divorce mediations are 4 sessions long. So those fees will be split between the two of you, and we ask for a $500 deposit upfront that'll be returned to you after all the fees have been paid.
We split that?
Yes, you split that. Yeah, you split the deposit and you split all fees going forward, which will be in money order to Sarah Beth Oster.
Okay.
Okay? Do you understand what I've gone over thus far? Do you have any questions?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Again, mediation is most successful with a good faith effort out of the both of you. And if you're willing to put forth that effort, I'll ask you to review the agreement that I've just proposed and sign it only if you're willing to proceed and cooperate in the mediation process. Right there. Thank you very much. I'll give you both a copy of this later on at the end of our session, okay? Okay. Now, we're going to start with the 5 minutes of uninterrupted time. Do you both understand what's going to happen right now? Pretty much I want you each to go for 5 minutes. I'm going to time you both. No one gets more, no one gets less. You can do it, of course, in less time if you want. But pretty much just include what your position is and why, and what your interest is in this mediation, okay? So I'm going to have, I have a point here. Will you pick heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay, you're going to be tails?
Yep.
Heads. Okay, you're first. Go ahead.
Okay, the reason I'm here mediating this is, I wanna protect, all my assets, and I want a fair division of the property, in the marriage. We've been married 7 years, and, as you, know already, I've worked very hard as an attorney, sometimes 12 to 15-hour days and nights, accumulating money to furnish the house and make sure that we have a fine home. So I would like to have a fair and equitable, if divorce is necessary, which I'm not completely sure it is, but if it is, I'd like to have a fair agreement. And what do I consider to be the fair points of the agreement? Well, based on the fact that we've been married 7 years, which is not a